So the first part of the critical thinking process is to decide what you think about the topic.
That could be based on my own prior knowledge or experience. It could also be based on some preliminary reading, on lectures I've attended, for example.
And you may feel at first that you don't have the ability to do that because you haven't started reading or researching the topic that your assignment or your lecture concerns. But there will always be something that you do know about it.
That is the basis from which I will engage with whatever question, assignment or task I am focusing on through this critical thinking process.
It's useful to consider the assumptions that lie behind the conclusions that you've come to about whatever it is you're talking about. Why do I think what I think?
Why do I believe that? Why do I consider the evidence that's presented in front of me, or what I've read or what I've heard or seen? Why does that make me think what I think?
It might be that you've just accepted something that somebody told you, or that the way that you have been brought up or your experience to date has shaped in some way your thinking.
And if we can be clear on that, that gives us the basis, for example, for presenting an argument or presenting a rationale for thinking and doing what we do. It's very important to think about what other people have said on the particular subject or issue that we're researching and thinking critically about. We never operate in isolation. We are always, if you like, involved in a conversation with a wider academic field.
The more you can show that you've taken into account alternative perspectives, considered alternative interpretations, alternative processes, whatever it is you happen to be talking about, that's all going to add to the credibility of the voice and the opinion that you ultimately convey.
And it's really important that you consider where the similarities between different thinkers, writers and so on lie, and also where the differences might be. So a really important aspect of critical thinking is looking at connections between ideas, or lack of connection between ideas too.
Once you've established what other people in your field think, the job then is to connect that to what you think.
We might be considering similarities, differences from both what I think already or what I've read before.
As you go through the process, you'll start to become aware of how your opinion or your thoughts fits or doesn't fit with what other people have said on that. And that's part of critically examining your thinking and also developing a deeper analysis or understanding of the topic.
It's about considering our idea, reflecting on the answer, keeping an open mind, okay? And that might be modifying our ideas in accordance with other things that I've read.
And that means what you are essentially presenting is not simply your opinion, it is an opinion that is evidence-based, that is rooted in a wider understanding, and it gives more weight and credibility to what you're saying.
Critical thinking is a really key aspect of the academic process, and you can apply it to pretty much everything that you do.
So you're going to want to employ this whether it's in an essay or in a presentation or even just in a seminar discussion.
Bring together the different ideas that you've had in a piece of work that you're doing, either in written work or indeed presentations, or indeed just for your own thinking.
In your own writing, thinking about those kind of questions, the why, the how, and the what if there's a different explanation for what I'm writing about here too.
By thinking critically about it, showing the subtlety of the nuances, the differences, the connections between different people's ideas, that's going to demonstrate a higher level of critical analysis, and that in turn is likely to lead to a higher mark.
To find out more about the Learning Enhancement Team, you can visit our website or follow us on Twitter.